Soft hum of distant sirens, dim piano plus low strings. Imagine standing in the middle of a city street when all the lights just go out. Not a flicker. Not a warning. Just complete darkness. No traffic, no voices, only you, swallowed by a blackout so total, you can't tell where reality ends and fear begins. That happened one December night in Harborville, a city of 350,000 people, and for 72 hours, it disappeared. No phones. No power. No exit. This is the untold story of a city vanishing into the night and how its people learned the true value of connection, courage, and light. Harborville was, by all appearances, a modern American city. Skyscrapers, subways, neon-lit streets. The heartbeat of commerce and complacency. But beneath the surface, the city was already fraying. Aging power grid, deferred maintenance, extreme weather warnings ignored. And on December 12th, a brutal winter storm hit, heavy snowfall, 40 miles per hour winds, dropping temps. City officials gave reassurances. Our system is resilient. You'll stay warm. You'll stay lit. Schools gave shortened schedules. Flights rescheduled. Still, the warnings felt distant. This wasn't the Texas snowstorm of 21. This was just Harborville. And we were too sure we'd be fine. By 4 p.m., the snow was waist-deep, roads were choking with cars, and the wind flipped power lines like matchsticks. At 6:05 p.m., the lights blinked once, twice, and then everything went black. Skyscrapers looked like empty shells. Streetlights died. Phones buzzed with emergency alerts, but no one could charge them. Emergency services faltered. Hospitals switched to backup generators, but not every block had power. Clinics closed. Roads froze. In a matter of hours, Harborville had become a spectral city of abandoned cars, silent malls, and candlelit doorways. Families huddled in living rooms, faces glowing from phone screens until the battery died. Elderly residents couldn't stay warm. Some children hadn't eaten. Radio transmissions screamed state of emergency, but the messages were half caught in static. Looters emerged in shadowed alleys. Others opened community centers, lit bonfires, shared blankets. Strangers became friends. Neighbors became heroes. Yet hope flickered, and many weren't sure it could stay lit. On the second night, the cold hit -10 degrees Fahrenheit. Pipes burst. A man trapped in an elevator's final floor. A mother staggered out of her apartment, coughing, unable to reach her daughter 2 blocks away. In a community center near the old Carnegie Library, a group of residents huddled. Maria, a schoolteacher who organized blankets and hot tea. Darius, an ex-firefighter who navigated frozen roads. Lee, a diabetic teenager whose insulin was thawing. Frank, a former engineer who'd once worked on the same failing grid. By candlelight, they planned. Darius and Frank assembled sleds to transport Lee's meds. Maria coordinated routes to elderly neighbors. Lee, despite her fear, offered strength and calm to those younger than her. Through blizzards and collapsed acclivity, billions more were trapped, but this group refused to give in. On the third morning, a faint hum, transformers reactivating. Light. Heat. Power. Slowly returning. They had survived, not because of tech, but because of human heart. The lights came back. Newspapers declared it a temporary weather anomaly. The mayor congratulated the grid team. Officials received bonuses for restoration efforts. But the real story? It wasn't in the headlines. It was in that community center, where Maria, Darius, Lee, and Frank had risked everything. Where strangers became lifelines. Where empathy was more powerful than any generator. Harborville learned that roads and skyscrapers don't define a city, it's the people who walk them. In the weeks after, an old coal plant was decommissioned. A modern microgrid was proposed and funded by the same people who volunteered during the blackout. Communities formed mutual aid networks. Soup kitchens. Neighborhood check-ins. They were building not just a new grid, but a grid of trust. The night Harborville vanished, it also reappeared. More human. More connected. More alive. The night the lights went out was never just about darkness. It was about discovering what we're made of when the world goes silent. When technology fails. When phones refuse to ring. What remains? Hope. Community. Love. That's the untold stories. Because sometimes the real power is the spark between people. If this story moved you, share it. Because the brightest lights come from the darkest nights.